Clemson. Let's talk about it, man. I told everybody we wasn't playing this year. I'm setting the tone like this. This is how I'm starting the video, man. We're not even gonna say like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, man. We just gonna get straight into it, man. Ohio State put a whooping on Clemson. Nobody believed in us. Nobody believed in Ohio State. I don't know why. Dabo. Oh, matter of fact, this wasn't just like any Ohio State team. This was like the ranked 11th Ohio State team in the world, right, Dabo? So we just had to show these guys why you don't disrespect us. Why you just be real conservative and you talk real nice. Don't talk twice. Feel me? That's how we gave it up today. Justin Fields put on a hell of a performance, man. Like, this is probably the biggest, like, this is, I'm not even gonna say it's probably, this is his best performance ever as a pro. Just because of who he's doing this against, like the matchup and like what he went through during the game. So if you guys were watching, he took a big shot on a third down run early. I think it was either early second quarter or it was late first, but I think it was the second quarter if I'm not mistaken. Um, and yeah. So the guy, I forgot his name, but he got kicked out for targeting. A lot of people was trying to complain, say, "Oh, this is just a terrible call. Man, you can't call that, man. He spun into the hit." But let's talk about last year when Sean Wade blitzed. When Sean, it was fourth down too. Look, we were up 16 on Clemson last year in a playoff game, and we sent the blitz on fourth down. Sean Wade had a clean hit. He went to go wrap up like this. He didn't go head first like this. He went to go wrap up, and Trevor Lawrence dug down into the hit, got a targeting call. They scored that possession. That's what got them back into the game. They don't get that. It's a totally different game. So I don't want to hear anything about targeting this year. And it was still gonna be a 4th and 2. Like, come on, bro. That we still were gonna kick a field goal to go for it. But knowing the way Ryan Day plays, we were going for it, and we're gonna get that anyway. So let's not even talk about that too much. Also, if you want to talk about last year's game, let's talk about how Jeff Okuda, he gave that reception, which should have been ruled a catch and fumble, but they rigged it. They end up calling it an incomplete pass. The dude caught the ball, didn't bobble it, took 4 steps with it, and they still said it was an incomplete pass. So I don't want to hear any complaints from Clemson fans talking about that targeting early in the game. I don't want to hear zip, nada, nothing. So let me get back to Justin Fields and his performance. Like I say, he took a huge hit. Looked like he might. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's playing with cracked ribs. Like, he just looked in excruciating pain. Uh, in the plays after it, even you saw him on the sideline grimacing a little bit when he was on the bike. They showed another time of him throwing the ball on the sideline. He looked like he was still fighting through a lot of pain. So I wouldn't be surprised if he had cracked ribs here. So for this performance, I got to give it an A+. A+, Justin Fields. Best performance ever, man. This is probably highlight of season right here. He did this on Clemson, which would have probably been the number one team. They might have beaten Notre Dame if Trevor Lawrence didn't get COVID. So this is, you can say, arguably this is the number one team, because I don't think they would have lost that spot. I don't think they would have lost that spot to Alabama, because they probably would have went undefeated if they had Trevor Lawrence. Even though DJ I don't know how to say his name, Ualea, whatever, he came in and performed pretty good even in their loss to Notre Dame. But maybe Trevor Lawrence was the difference in that game. Who knows? And so this is arguably the number one team, not even just the number two. So Justin Fields, 22 for 28, 385, 6 TDs, one into. Now, he did have one bad into. That's my only problem with this. But it looked like he was trying to throw the ball out of bounds. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like he was trying to throw it out of bounds, but the ball got tipped at the line, so it stayed in play. Like, if you notice, it looked like he threw a rocket. Like, if you look at his arm motion, he was throwing a rocket. Look like he was trying to throw it out of bounds. But when the ball got tipped, the ball, like, just kind of sailed in the air and got picked off in the end zone. But other than that, he might have missed he might have missed 2 throws, actually. He missed a deep bomb to, I can't remember if it was to Garrett Wilson or to Olave, but he missed one down. I think it was like a post route or oh no, he missed something down the seam. I think Olave was in a slide. He missed a deep shot down the seams, and then there was another possession when we were already up like 20. I think we were already up like 21 or so, or 28. and he missed a check down. He threw it to Sermon in double coverage on the sideline, which is a pretty safe throw because most likely the ball's going out of bounds. Like you just throw it so it doesn't get picked off, and he missed that check down right there. So other than that, he played phenomenal. Just all things considered, he had a great game. Trey Sermon did what he had to do today, boy. Back to back games where he just took over. He was running real hard, running like he's trying to move up from draft. He's trying to move up to the second round or something like that. He definitely earned some money today for sure. After the last game versus Northwestern, then against today against Clemson. If he has another performance like this against Bama, he might mess around, be an early second round draft pick. So definitely earn himself some money here today. Chris Olave redemption is for him as well. We know what happened last year. Even we had the chance to win the game. Well, I'm not gonna say miscommunication. Chris Olave, he ran the wrong route. He gave up on his route, and Justin Fields ended up throwing a pick in that game. And if you notice, back to back years, Justin Fields was playing pretty hurt and performed pretty well in these games. So last year was a knee injury. He had the brace on. This year he played through the cracked ribs. Well, I'm gonna say I don't know if it's cracked ribs, but it appears to be. So let me take a little sip of the wine. He like I said, he just played through a lot, and especially like he was getting a lot of heat coming off that Northwestern game. So he had to put on a show like this. People were starting to say, I don't know, man. I think Tom McShay has him behind Zach Wilson on his draft board now. So that just shows you like that Northwestern game had a lot of people thinking, and I think it was also against I think it was against Indiana where he had a thing he threw. Was it Indiana where he threw two or three picks that were like just totally like uncalled for? Like they weren't even picks that like he's just confused on defense. It was like picks where he's getting hit, and instead of just throwing the ball away, like he just threw it up for like grabs or whatever. Like isn't so. Um, besides those two games, the rest of his film has been great. I really don't have no complaint with Fields. He shows that he has all the arm talent in the world. He's throwing. Oh my God, this guy was throwing dots today. Justin Fields was throwing dots today, like deep shots down the field. They showed the stat early. I think it was early third quarter, mid third quarter. I don't even know. I don't remember time, but they showed a stat where he on yards, 20 yards down on passes, 20 yards down the field, he was like 6 for 9 for like 220 some yards. So like this guy is not just the short to intermediate guy. He can throw bombs and he can throw it with some accuracy and some touch on it as well. You guys seen it on the shot to Lave. He threw one early in the game to Garrett Wilson. He had a tight window throw to was it Rucker? I think it was Rucker right before halftime. He just made all the throws today, and I just like it was just pretty impressive. The defense showed up today. We got to give a huge shout out to the defense because they've been getting tested a little bit. That game to Indiana was like that's when I really felt like I'm an Ohio State fan, so that game against Indiana made me feel like I don't know if this is our year this year, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like we just were like totally out of it. Our corners were getting torched. We had a lot of miscommunication on the back end. Like our safety play that game was terrible. By Hooker. So that just had me thinking a lot. And then last game against Northwestern, like you said, it was a really close game, and Justin Fields didn't play well. The defense did kind of pick it up though, but Northwestern is more of a defensive team than offense as well. So, ooh, excuse me. Um, yeah, I did have a little bit of doubts, but I was still kind of confident at the end of the day. I was like, man, our offense is pretty good, and I always kind of felt like Clemson was just a little bit overrated, just a little bit. I didn't feel like their offense was like this high powered, super high powered offense like we're about to face next with Alabama. So that's the game I'm looking forward to the most. That's gonna be an even tougher matchup. We saw how Najee Harris was running today. He's been running like that all year. They lost Jalen Waddle earlier in the season, and it's like they just it's like Devontae Smith just said, "Oh well, I'll just put the team on my back now." And he's been doing his thing. He's most likely the favorite to win the Heisman as a wide receiver. And this is usually a running back or quarterback award in college football. So just like I said, man, this is just my nice little recap of what I thought about this game. Trevor Lawrence, he didn't play terrible actually. He did have a few. I think it was maybe about two passes that I thought should have probably been picked off. But other than that, the defense just showed up. I can't even be too mad at him. The defense kind of forced his hand. We stopped the run game. We held them to 2 yards a carry. Travis Etienne, 10 carries, 32 yards. Trevor Lawrence, well, I can't really go based on his rushing yards because you got the sacks count as loss of yards. So, uh, it doesn't even really matter to me. It just shows that we played good defense though. Held them to 44 rushing yards total. Cornell Powell, he got most of those yards. I guess you could say fourth quarter. So we did pretty good slowing these guys down for the most part. Um, and I'm just impressed with this team, man. I just can't wait to the Alabama matchup to really that's gonna be our real test because yeah, the Clemson defense might be a little bit better, but Alabama's offense is a lot better than Clemson. So we really got to be dialed in on defense, and hopefully Justin Fields can duplicate this performance, or at least come close to it. Man, he's probably not gonna throw 6 TDs, but if we can get a nice efficient game, for 300 yards, probably get 3 or 4 TDs. Maybe Trey Sermon comes through with a couple more TDs. Uh, could probably be the upset. They already have Alabama. I think Bama opened up as a 9.5 favorite. So, uh, me, I'm too biased. I'm taking that money. Give me a house play plus 9.5, please. Thank you. Uh, but that's about it, man. Let me know what you guys thought about this game. And what you guys got the score. Matter of fact, let me see your predicted scores for Bama versus Ohio State next. Let me see that in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff.